If I can't win a title, I can't progress. I've studied everything about him. I want to be able to beat him this time. We know it all weighs on Asanoyama's mind. He's a very solid performer, posting double figures in all of the last 8 tournaments he's finished. But he's never been beyond 12 wins. As his ex-coach stressed, he owes his one title to bad judging and the collapse of others. Ever since then, others haven't collapsed and have rather made him choke. Terunofuji especially. After 4 straight wins against him, Terunofuji has assumed the role of trophy cabinet guard. No glory can be tasted, no progress can be made until those cabinet keys are wrested from his grasp. That end requires a steady flow of belief from the start. And having lost 6 of his 8 earliest bouts in September, Asanoyama vowed to win his first 5 in March. He began against Terunofuji, who had trounced him last time, and despite winning through, lost the central battle for the inside arm. Was he really gaining strength without his personal trainer? The decision to drop him looked yet more dubious after this one. Takayasu may have pummeled him at Interstable, but had no monopoly on confidence, having lost his first bout and their last meeting. Yet Asanoyama wouldn't trust his game, trying to surprise insomuch as his rigid frame can with an inside, not outside left. Takayasu, as we well know, doesn't mind an outside right position and promptly gets to work clamping. Asanoyama, I think, tries to tug him off balance to fashion an inside right, but lacks the arm speed for this and gets caught with defensive shoves. By the time he breaches the pit, he's conceded a rock-solid outside left, and cannot take the belt even with hip forward. His outside left, key to victory last time, is simply out of the picture. Bad to worse ensues when a forceful Takayasu tip catches the left arm sleeping, and opens up the gap for the inside right, which is finally taken. Adjustment to frontal left allows Takayasu to drive, with a hip shuffle keeping Asanoyama's hands beltless until the very end of the match. Annihilation about covers it. And although amends were made on day 3 with exploitation of a high elbow, a disturbing pattern had emerged. Asanoyama's foes, Onosho included, were all thwarting his inside right, the core of his fighting stance. Had he fully recovered since November, we asked. Only on day 5 did we finally see it, but only against a man whose size and direct style accommodated. His ex-coach, Chairman Hakkaku, and indeed the man himself, were unimpressed with the sumo shown so far. Still, 4 wins from 5 marked the Ozeki's best start since July. A first in-ring meeting with Wakataka Kage came on day 6. The banana skin avoided by immense imposition of signature style. But the next day saw Kiribayama decline to play ball, simply dancing round the inside right with a glancing charge and swinging the man out. And if that was bad, This was likely his March nadir. This seesaw power battle tipping once more in Daieisho's favour, and his title hopes gone at midway. Ozeki pride was paramount now as he sought to post a score worthy of the highest man left in. Shimanoumi hardly fazed him, and was calmly beaten with the inside right. Takanosho, despite landing a blow rekindling memories of last year's upset, got his left arm caught and scooped. And one-track Myogiryu was halted with inside right, hemmed in by outside left, to bring up rank-saving win number 8. There was a score to settle with Mitakeumi, and a swift lock into stance meant mission accomplished, and second place with just 3 to fight. But those 3 bouts, he knew long before, would involve 3 foes who could harm his pride. This time, too, did their collective presence overwhelm. Takakeisho, who destroyed him in September, did so again in a damaging warm-up for the match which mattered most. Asa had been shell-shocked by the failure of his regular stance last July, proving unable to swing the heavy teru from inside and merely breaking his own outside grip. In September he went for both arms inside, but again failed to scoop, this time from the left, leaving him caught and thrown by Teru's left. In November, his bid for an outside center left was blitzed by a shoulder, putting his injured right arm one-on-one with Teru's awesome left. And in January, when attempting the awkward balancing act of right hand in, right hip back, he neutered his own left, and succumbed to Teru's the moment his hip moved in. Now, still hurting from Takakeisho, what did he have left? Only wild optimism, perhaps. Asa's root and branch tactical reform begins with his initial charge, which sees him thrust the neck for a change, presumably, given what follows, to create just enough distance for a double inside grip. Teru's hulking chest torpedoes that though, and Asa finds his armpit breached. His lofty goal then changes to angling the right hip away from the feared left hand, and when that fails, just as last year, he scoops, believing that a frenzied slash for an inside left will change his fortunes. It doesn't, and he then tries a giant backward stride and swing on the belt, but Teru knows exactly how to land. And once his trusted outside left is on, an Asanoyama win is pure fantasy. Like this split-second notion of a forward drive with a hopelessly overstretched outside left. Teru breaks it off with contempt, then tips the armpit for glory, and Asanoyama's acid test is flunked again. Not quite the day 8 nadir, but uncomfortably close. The finale thus became a quest to salvage even a modest amount of pride. A win against Shodai would at least keep him as lead Ozeki, not to mention make him thousands of dollars richer. and far less concern for a Gyorji's safety than Shodai had shown, gave him a resounding win. And, it seems, another enemy. His 27th birthday on March the 1st served as a nudge from Mother Time towards a faster pursuit of sumo greatness. Asanoyama says he wants Yokozuna, and will do what it takes to get there. He can start, says his ex-coach, by showing real appetite for those interstable sessions, diving around until he looks more like a mud wrestler. Because he won't gain the power in the stable alone, Coach Nishikishima concludes. Next Monday, on that sumo school dohyo, we expect a response.